Global climate emergency. That's what more than 11,000 scientists around the world
issued a warning of untold suffering.
if humanity doesn't take immediate action.
We are love, we are divine, we are compassion, we are all the best in the universe. It is just we forget. We are too busy for daily survival, working. We have no time to do research, so we did not know that these things are truly poisonous to us.
We live in a hectic and chaotic world. Every day, we are bombarded with all kinds of distressing news. When global warming is in the news again, we feel helpless, but life goes on. Past inaction means we could be reaching the critical 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature increase in just 9 years. With the world population growing at an alarming rate, adding another 1 billion people in the next 13 years. And before we know it, we are arriving at the place we fear most. Can we still fix it?
If we do not know the source of our being, then we do not live according to the cosmic law, and that makes trouble for us.
Science is a tool assisting us in understanding the mechanics of nature. We invented the clock to emulate how our planet moves around the sun. But why do planets know how to run like clockwork without colliding? Science is slowly waking up to what the ancients have already known. There is such a thing as life force. Beyond the physical world that we perceive as reality, there is a vast, unseen spiritual realm governing the whole universe. Spirituality helps us understand the root of our problem and how we can solve it.
Picture this realm, if you will. A great disk of light representing the universal network, suspends in space, and all living beings are little balls of light, connected to it through strands of light. Like a spiritual internet, this connection lets souls access to different levels of knowledge according to the individual's experience.
One day I meditated, and suddenly I was startled by some real grave images and information that came flooding in. There is methane gas, there is carbon dioxide, there will be catastrophic consequences from the meat industry.
While scientists have known that greenhouse gases produced by the meat industry are a significant contributor to global warming, the World Watch Institute report shows that by taking the unaccounted emissions, including methane from belches of livestock, as high as over 51% of global greenhouse gas emissions are caused by the meat industry.
The root of our problem is that we have been unkind to our co-inhabitants, the living, feeling, walking, acting, loving beings, like animals of all sizes and shapes.
Animals think and feel. They love and protect their children just like us. But farm animals are born and raised in crammed, filthy confinements. Most won't even feel the sun or breathe fresh air until the day they are loaded onto trucks bound for slaughter.
I am an animal communicator. Human and animals are connected to one another in direct telepathic exchange of information between the communicator and the animal in the forms of words, mental images, feelings, and more. It is a great honor to serve as the voice for the rescued farm animal friends at this sanctuary. The animals communicated. We eat, we poop, we breathe, we live, we rely on our physical senses and instincts to thrive in this world.
This is Rita. Rita jumped off a truck in Sacramento. She was on her way to slaughter and she jumped off in traffic. Animal control did the rescue. She had 9 healthy piglets. Next day,
the
she
next
had
day.
Piglets.
Oh, wow.
They called us and we're happy to take them. Rock, he got sick a lot, so we've always kept him with his mom, and then they'll get integrated in with the big pigs later too. Yes, Rita is very brave. She saved all her babies and herself.
Totally amazing.
Their suffering, unseen and unheard. Their value determined only by their usefulness to humankind, rationalized by a belief in our own superiority and the notion that might equals right. A notion that must be questioned.
You see, eating animal flesh, meaning we are decreasing our love in our being, from our structure, holy structure. We are born from God. We were holy. We were true humans. We were true children of God. But if we eat the animals, then the mixing of blood type and genetic code between human and animals makes us lose our status as the crown of creation, as true humans, because we became mixing and mixing structure, not pure. We became hybrid, vulnerable to attack from the dark force, because we are not pure anymore.
Studies have revealed that memories could be stored in cells outside the brain. When we consume meat, we are absorbing the fear and distress of these terrified animals, suffering from traumatic experiences before they were killed, into our bodies and subconsciousness. These completely lower our energies.
The last thing your food did was cry for its life before you ate it. I don't think that's going to be the greatest energy in the world to put into your body.
Eating meat is the biggest cruelty one can ever commit, even to ourselves. Even if we don't kill the animals ourselves, we are still responsible for their deaths.
Animals have souls just like us. They are also children of God. The farm animals have the right to live just as humans. We don't wish to be killed, and the animals feel the same way. Animals kick, fight, and scream all the way to the end. Many animals are still alive after they are cut open on their way down the assembly line to be butchered in a slaughterhouse. All these sufferings will have to be paid back in the universal law.
As you sow, so shall you reap. Like attracts like. Scientifically speaking, spiritually speaking, we have been warned. So all the disasters that have happened around the world, of course, are connected with the human unkindness to the co-inhabitants. That was the price we have to pay for what we have done to the innocents who have done us no harm.
We can see the law of cause and effect working everywhere in our physical world. When we sow an apple seed, we will have an apple tree, and then apple fruits. all religions teach us to be kind as our actions have consequences.
As long as there are slaughterhouses, there will be battlefields. And I think that's what Tolstoy was suggesting, that as long as there was a certain group, a certain expression of life that was considered inferior, that we could be apathetic about, even if that group was another species, it would mirror itself in humanity. It would cross over that perception.
One small step from everyone in the right direction can result in a big leap in our evolution as a human race. And that small step is very simple. It is just no killing, abiding by the principle of live and let live, adhering to the universal law where we grant life to beget life.
$55 billion animals are slaughtered each year. When the choice we make for what we eat directly supports the suffering and death of so many animals, we cannot simply look the other way and pretend it isn't happening.
The key message from the animal is, we are here to love. This is our only purpose. We are here for humans. We keep balance and peace for the planet. We don't expect anything from the humans. We must survive in order for the earth to survive. Humans must come to an understanding of our purpose on earth. Can we coexist side by side in peace and harmony? We have to save the animals to keep balance of the loving atmosphere on our planet.
%80 of the global warming will be stopped if all people begin to be vegetarian.
The meat industry
drives 1/3 of the world's deforestation.
Produces more greenhouse gas than all the world's transportation combined.
The world's largest producer of methane and nitrous oxide.
If you eat further down on the food chain rather than animals which have produced many greenhouse gases and used much energy in the process of growing that meat, you can actually make a bigger contribution in that way than just about anything.
As soon as we erase this bad retribution from the killing effect, the earth will turn around, will be allowed to repair, reproduce, and sustain life again. It is all come around about the bad karma. We overload her capacity, the earth, so we have to reverse our actions. That is all there is to it.
The United Nations urged that a global shift towards plant-based food is vital to combat global warming. A plant-based diet uses 20 times less land and 14 times less water. It provides critical water, food, and energy security to our rapidly increasing world population. In addition, vegans live 10 years longer and healthier lives than meat eaters. It is a win-win solution.
It takes about 8 pounds of plant protein to produce 1 pound of animal protein. So this is a significant issue. I personally became a vegan 5 years ago. I did it to see what it was like for a month, and I felt better.
Diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure cost this country more than $120 billion each year.
To me, the answer is so simple, it's criminal. And it's just people starting to take responsibility for their health and starting to eat more plant-based foods. It's that simple.
Please, everyone, wake up. Wake up now. Please, wake up and help us to save ourselves and the children in the future and all the animals on this planet.
Here's a handy thermostat that we can just turn it all down with. Because carbon dioxide coming out of tailpipes is something that's going to be around for hundreds of years. It's got a half-life, active half-life of 100 years. Methane, only 12 years. And methane is a big component of agricultural greenhouse gases. So methane has a big warming effect, but you can switch it off in 12 years. So that's pretty amazing. And I've made that decision irrespective of what legislators do. And we can't wait for them. We need to take action ourselves.
I'm in it just to rewrite history, cause I'm in the mood to label us the leaders of the new school. This the type of killing that these critics ain't used to.
It is not difficult to change all this. We will just have to return to our original loving self, because that is what we are.
The animals communicated. We are here together now, inside, all the time. You know this intuitively, and when you do, your awareness expands to include the environment you are in, people and all living beings. Your outlook in life will totally change.
Plant-based food is healthy, delicious, and readily available. They provide all the nutrients that we need, without the disease-causing substances found in meat and dairy products. Going vegan is something every person can do every day for our planet. It is the single, simplest, and most powerful solution to stop global warming. While it takes ages to change our climate policies, massive infrastructure of cars and power plants, going vegan cuts greenhouse gases with every bite.
The nutrition is better, where we have a higher quality protein. Now you can grill this.
Wow, it's really meaty.
We have to show love in a grander scale, not just romantic love for our family members. We should keep that, because every kind of love is sacred. Every kind of love will emit some beautiful positive energy to protect us, and to protect loved ones, and something around us. So if each one of us gives more love into the surrounding, extend it like more, a little bit further than family, and enough of that love, that will make up for the 100% love power needed to dissolve the greatest threat to our survival.
Global warming is expected to be the cause of tens of millions of deaths, hundreds of millions of refugees, and extinction of over a quarter of all life forms by 2050. More and more people are turning vegan today, understanding that not just us, our children, but all life on Earth have the right to live.
We have to see the world as one world that we're all participants in.
Since time immemorial, evolution always begins with the individual. If we want to change the world, we change ourselves first.
Not long ago, slavery and women's oppression were parts of life. The freedom we take for granted now were taboos yesterday. History has shown When we expand our love and understanding to include all beings, it would ignite and catch the imagination of our society at large. We have the capacity to go beyond the convention of our time and change.
Once we start to act, hope is everywhere. Change is coming.
Vegan action! And we want it now!
The inner peace that comes from replacing killing with respect for all life will spread like a wave across the globe, elevate human hearts, and create a harmonious Eden on earth that will bring us all to a lasting golden era.
The animals communicated. Mother Earth provides without condition. When we take anything from her, we take only what we need to sustain ourselves and nothing more. Humans have a tendency to want to know too much, do too much. Relax. Be natural. Be yourself. And let us be us.
Our past have led to our present predicament, and the choice we make now will determine our future. The time is now, and it is precious. Will we use it wisely?
I have a dream. I dream that all the world will become peaceful. I dream that all the killing will stop. I dream that all the children will walk in peace and harmony. I dream that all the nations shake hands with each other, protect each other, and help each other. I dream that our beautiful planet will not be destroyed. It takes billion, trillions of years to produce this planet. And it is so beautiful, so wonderful. I dream that it will continue, but in peace, beauty, and love. Supreme Master Ching Hai.